Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. First carry for Darius Geis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
To the ground on first, it's Geis. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They snap it at one. Now it's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Preston Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
go. Hey, let's go. Come on. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Zoom, zoom. Back to north.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Being chased out left. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. On the toss play, this is Drake. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. 31 yards there and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
26.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kenyon Drake, touchdown number 22 on the season. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They start on the ground with Geis. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Now Jackson on second down, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Flex. We need
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Zoom. 319.
Here's Rodgers throwing again. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Rodgers again now. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
26.
Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Inside. Next one.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognizes
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Watching now, Barney. Set. 319.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to Clark. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Watching now, Barney.
On second down, Jackson steps away to his left. Throwing left side, he's got Clark complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Detroit!
On first down, this is Geis. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson finding some room at mid. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense has come up with it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
319. Yeah, Liz.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Watch him now, Barney. Detroit. Over.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
319. Line left.
Rodgers now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again.
Let's go, come on.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Now it's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
All right.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it. And, He gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers going to throw again. Going up top. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This is brought in by Gibson. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7th. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
88. We got 4 down. Hey, we're not going. Flip it down.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be 49er football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson buying time to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Rodgers now on first down. Going left side, it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9th. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Amir Abdullah, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Point after here coming up. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Gone! All right, here we go. 3-19.
To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. Jackson looking to throw on third. This is caught by Jackson. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back to the booth right after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Over! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
To throw on second down. Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over.
Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
He goes underneath the Drake. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Bobby Wagner coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you cross town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken it. As they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Hey, wide left.
Rodgers now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On the ground, this is Jackson. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, Green 39. Detroit, Detroit. Detroit, Detroit.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. On 1st down, Drake. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Rodgers going to throw. And it is caught at the 7-yard line.
Let's go, come on.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, well, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
All right.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. In for the score. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. That'll be taken in the end zone. Spinning away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. 319.
On second down, here's Jackson being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jalen Smith leading the surge there. He drops in for a loss of 6.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for
All right,
it.
here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over, 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 over.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that's complete. It's Watson. He's at the 40. 20. 10. 5. Touchdown. 49ers. Justin Watson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers get a score closer. Sturgis for the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Zoom, zoom.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. A handoff to Abdullah. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. On 1st down, Rodgers. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
26.
Here's Rodgers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Welcome back live to Orlando as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Let's go, come on.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Over. Check girls. Wide left. Check three.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And the throw right side here, complete. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Zoom.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
319. 850. Zoom. Tighten up. Gun. Jumbo.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here we go.
They'll hand it down to Geis. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Gone! Over!
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Rodgers throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Carl Lawson. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will make the lead now 26. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over, But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And going deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
319! 319! Hey!
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Parker. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
On first down, Rodgers. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Carl Lawson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Hey, 88, 88, 88.
Here's Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers looking to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
But right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw again, Jackson. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit, Detroit.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got an open man, Clark. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
18. Go.
Rodgers throwing here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, 626.
Rodgers now throwing on 1st down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And this offense is running away with this one. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They go play action now. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson dumps it off for Geis. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. 1 last shot for Jackson. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Orlando, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. I'm too, on one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Ooh, right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we